Hey, welcome back. It's your host, Nate, aka Crash, and you're listening to the KANU Chronicles. This is episode 204. And just jumping into a solo cast, you're listening to just me. Gonna get into this week. It is the last week of June. Just here, putting in my time right now. I'm at the job, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So if you hear a little clicking, that's what I'm not just doing it just to make noises or something. It's just kind of what I have to do to get you guys something to listen to this week. I hope you're good. Everything's really been cool here, man. So no Broski so far. You never know with him. I'm just going to preface that from here on sometimes. Not that you guys probably get that sometimes by now, but yeah, so far looks like this will be a solo cast, but you never know. Maybe there'll be a surprise by the time this gets up. So anyways, just get things out of the way real quick. You could follow me on Twitter at KANU Chronicles, just as it's spelled. And you could also follow me on Instagram, GRTN and the number 8, Great Nate, GRTN and the number 8. So you could follow me there. Also, of course, on both, if you look up Crash, CRASH, you might find me that way as well. So, and I always put it in my show notes. So whatever platform you're on, you could go to the notes and go, hey, I want to follow that guy, and you can go in there and click. Well, you probably have to copy and paste it or whatever, but at least you'll know that if you didn't understand me clearly enough, you can check it out. So, so just getting that out of the way real quick. Thank you for listening. It's continued every week. Totally appreciate it. Got a lot of listeners all over the world. Want to shout you guys out. Going to try to do that more. Shout out to any of my listeners in South Africa. Welcome aboard. Shout out to any listeners, all parts of Africa. Cambodia over in Asia. Shout out to a couple of you guys over there. Want to give a warm welcome and thank you to all my listeners in Australia. Thank you, mates. Appreciate the love and listens. Keep it going. Shout out to one of my fellow friends, Australians. Hopefully pretty soon here we're going to get him on the podcast, Mick Aussie. He's in Canada, though. Shout out to Mick Aussie if he happens to hear this one. And also shouts out to my friend Gabe Morency at Sports Rage. You can go to Fantasy Sports Radio on YouTube. Subscribe to their channel. And if you want to, get some good thoughts on games and betting lines. If you're into gambling, definitely follow him. Check him out. He broadcasts every morning, every day. Actually, they broadcast twice a day on the weekend. So you could go to the Fantasy Sports Network, check them out, and you could follow them on Twitter. Follow my friend Gabe Morency. You could just look up Sports Rage on Twitter and give him a follow, give him a shout out, say I sent you. Yeah, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm not getting anything for shouting them out. I just want to do that because, when it comes to, I know I've been talking sports here and there, but when it really comes to it, he's the guy to go to. I mean, turn off the big time TV programs. I don't have to name the network. You guys know who I'm talking about. And, go support your smaller YouTubers. They're much better. All the big time news or whatever, you know what they're doing? All they're doing is giving you a lot of BS news. Like right now, we're in the midst of all these trades. Is Kevin Durant going here? Is Kawhi going there? Everybody's trying to figure it out, and they're just making up stories just to fill time. So, if you're into that and you're cool with the gossip and bullshit, then continue to keep doing what you're doing. But it's hard to stay away from it too, I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, if you're more sharp, you're not into being all hyped up, you want some real deal fucking sports knowledge, check out my friend Gabe Morency on the Fantasy Sports Network. And, yeah, so anyways, what I want to get into this week, we're going to, I'm going to bounce around. It's going to be kind of a throwback to what I've done before. We're going to talk, we'll start off and continue and talk a little sports. And speaking of, I didn't get to before, and I know it's getting a little late, but I want to get this in before it's deeper in. But congratulations and shout out to the St. Louis Blues NHL team beating the Boston Bruins in a 7-game series. Shout out to St. Louis, man. That's fantastic. Really happy for you. And, best in the future, good luck in the future as well, of course. But, of course, guys, when it comes to hockey and it gets down to it, I'm a pretty much, definitely a Penguin fan. I pull for them. And of course I'll pull for, the LA Kings out here, but that's pretty much it. But I was definitely hoping that, I don't watch hockey a whole lot. I'm not super familiar with everybody. But, St. Louis is one of those teams that have been knocking around on the door for probably a good 3 years at least. And, of course they've had some teams over the years otherwise, but finally getting their just dues and getting rid of some old demons from years ago, losing to Boston in their only other appearance. So they were able to do that. And, anytime a Boston team loses, it's kind of a good thing for the rest of the leagues at large beyond the NHL, because they've got a lot of hardware out there, with the Patriots and between the Patriots and the Red Sox mostly, but all their teams have gotten pretty much any Boston kid out there in Boston. If if you're like 30 and under, you are so fucking spoiled. It's not even funny. You guys, a couple of you guys might go, well, I kind of, I remember when we didn't win, but it's like, yeah, you were maybe like 12, you know what I mean? At best. But, no, if you're, now especially these kids, if you've grown up just in the last 20 years or so, you're the super, super spoiled out of the whole group. You guys don't know nothing else but winning. They don't know losing. That was a losing town for many years, and I'm not shitting on them. I'm not saying they shouldn't have won, but, they've gotten pretty spoiled, and, other teams, other cities, it's time to move things around. It's okay. It's going to come back. I'm sure the Bruins will have another title probably in the next 10 seasons or so. I can't imagine them not. They seem to always have a pretty good crew. But I just wanted to get that in and just give the Blues props for pulling it off, man. So big deal for that town. They haven't, they've been mostly just a baseball town. The Cardinals have been their big success. And years ago, they did win the Super Bowl with the Rams. And, but it's been pretty light otherwise. So now them getting a hockey championship, they basically have gotten, they just don't have a basketball team. But, between now hockey and baseball in that town, they got, they're covered. They got champions, so really cool. So that's all I got to say on that note. And right now, of course, we're in the midst of the NBA trades and draft. The draft just finished, but the trade season's still going on right now. I think it goes on for, a couple more weeks maybe, I think, the trade deadline. I don't know. Don't mind me, guys. I'm not going to sit here and look it up. You guys can look it up. You could scream into your, office or in your head and go, oh, fuck, man, it's this day. I don't care. I'm not looking up for you guys, but yeah, so it's coming up. So anyways, all these rumors, is Kawhi leaving? Which fucking team is he going to? Right now, apparently, he's here in LA visiting the Lakers and the Clippers, they're saying. So that's really an interesting situation. And Kevin Durant, they're talking about where's he going to land, but now, you know what, this guy I think is a lot more hurt than he probably appeared to be, so he might not be playing this coming season, quite honestly. We don't even know. So that seems to me I would kind of back off on KD right now. And otherwise, some small movement has happened. I don't think anything large has happened unless it's, you know, by the time you hear this podcast and I just happen to not, you know, put it in there and give you an update. Of course, you know, by Monday or Tuesday, whatever you guys are going to hear this, you know, a lot of shit can go down by then. So I'm going to say this again, if I haven't said it already. Next season, it already showed this playoff run, but this next season, I'm telling you, the Warriors, you know, I hope they've enjoyed their championship run. I think it's probably done. There's too much talent out there. There's teams jockeying up now. The champ has been put on the ground. They showed that they have weaknesses, and teams are going to exploit and, you know, use that. And, you know, now those guys, whoever's going to be left on that team, hey man, that mileage just kept catching up to them. You know, it's a short off season again, and worst thing about that is they don't have anything to come into the season with. They don't got a banner to unveil. They just go right back to work. So, yeah, it's gonna be a tough road ahead. As much as they'll definitely be good, I'm sure it's not like they're gonna have a big drop off in wins. I would imagine. I don't think that's gonna happen. However, you know, it's gonna be much different. And if you haven't been paying attention, I will always reiterate this right now, especially now. If you're paying attention to basketball now, it's not just the West. The East is really, really good. Much better, probably the best it's been in quite a number of years. It's shaping up that way. You know, Philadelphia was right on the doorstep. They could be a champion very soon. Boston, if they get their shit together, they're right there. Milwaukee, let's not forget about them. I don't think they're going to be a fluke. That would be pretty crazy if they were. It doesn't seem like they played like that. So, yeah, and you got some other ones. Brooklyn trying to come along. You know, of course, Toronto, no matter what with Kawhi, I think they're definitely still going to be, they'll still be pretty viable, you know. You know, if they don't keep him, I mean, they're just going to have space for somebody else. So, and they've won without him. They just haven't won the championship. That's going to be their, you know, that's going to hang on them kind of when it comes down to it if they get to that position again. So, let's get way ahead, guys. I just wanted to kind of, you know, just give you some of my thoughts at this point. Lakers, though, you know, I think they're coming around. I think they've been making some smart moves, I guess. It's kind of hard to say until we get to see it on the court. But, you know, if they do land Kawhi, man, that would be pretty impressive. You know, it'd be hard to not look at them somewhat as a favorite, even though it's kind of weird since they didn't go to a playoff last year. But you got to give them some, you know, it would be pretty insane. But you know what? It would be even more insane if Kawhi ends up doing the Clippers, because the Clippers, they're coming right up too, man. And I almost think it'd be better for him, quite honestly. He would get to be the man on the team. He's going to, you know, they're going to kiss his ass up and, I mean, not that they're going to try to do, you know, I mean, the guy's going to do his thing, but I'm just saying, like, he's going to have whatever he wants there, you know. On the Lakers, a little bit different, but maybe he wouldn't mind that, you know. I mean, he kind of played a role like that on the Spurs, but at this point, I mean, that's the hard part. He's got everything at his plate. I'm sure it's just overwhelming. All this opportunity is going to be the most, you know, this is basically his chance to make the most money he can ever make probably in his career from this point on. So it's very, very crucial for him to, you know, make the right decisions for himself. You know, is it just going to be, obviously it is going to come down to money, I'm sure, in the business, but is he gonna still be able to get another championship or a few championships? We'll see. It still takes a whole team, so we'll just see how it all turns out. But yeah, so yeah, that's what's been going on in the world of NBA and all that. And of course, we're getting deeper into the baseball season, which I've kind of dabbled and seen a little bit, and I kind of got an idea of who's doing what. But the Dodgers playing very solidly, looking super command of the whole league in terms of record and everything. So they were definitely primed to get it back into the contention for another chance at the World Series. It would be their third in a row if they get to go, and I really do hope, and hopefully that's third time's a charm works out, especially for any of these old-timers left trying to give them support like Tommy Lasorda and Sandy Koufax. It would be really special, and not only those guys, but some of the other guys from years ago, but it'd be really special to finally see them, get to win it, while those guys are still around and they could appreciate it, and also for Vin Scully, who just retired recently. Shout out to Vin Scully. I hope he's having a good time in his retirement. He's, he definitely, the man is, I think, he's in his 90s now, I think, or just recently turned, 90, 91. So, amazing guy. If you don't know much about Vin Scully, go get educated. And so yeah, it's it's just that time of year, kind of. It's not dead completely. It's just we're in between having a few of the big sports. It's a lot of baseball, but also soccer's going on. I'm not a big soccer person, but there's some always great, fantastic matches. It's summer's good for catching that. Of course, you got tennis to watch. Yeah, all those kind of sports, the outdoor sports. It's that time of year, but it's also a time of the year to go and relax, get some vacation time. I know some of you guys maybe, like myself, we're all working away and maybe missing out on some of the summer, but just the things you got to do as an adult, right? But I'm going to give you a plug on this, but let me help you out hopefully here, guys. But check this out. This is something brand new. I've just started to do, but I'm going to give a plug on it right now. It's called Clout Pay. And you're like, what's Clout Pay? So Clout Pay is basically it's a website you sign up with, and you get paid for your influence that you may have on your social media. So you sign up, you get $25 for signing up. I get a referral fee, and then from there for you, it's the same thing. So you share your link that they get to you. You get made for you, and then anybody that clicks on the link, you get paid for that. If they sign up, you get paid for that. So those are the two main ones you're going to get most paid on. And then there's other ways to get paid. For each time you make a video, put it on your YouTube, a 1-minute video, basically. Literally a 1-minute minimum video. Minimum footage, 1 minute. You put it on your YouTube, follow the instructions that they provide, and, which only instructions is basically just, copy and paste what they want, for the video. So you put that in, and you send your link, and you get paid $50 instantly. And I just did it just a little bit ago, literally. It's the first one I've done, and right away it said $50 to your account. So I'm just like, okay. So it's been amazing. I've only been on it for a full day and a half now, pretty much. And thousands of dollars right now. Let's put it that way. I almost don't even want to be specific yet. I want to really almost get through and make sure. No, everything's cool, but I'll share more, later on. But anyways, don't get caught up in that. Do this for yourself. So with that being said, you basically could go to, let me make sure I'm getting this right for my link. So I give you the right address here, guys. You want to go to, all right, share.cloutpay.co//crash, which is K with the K though, KRASH. So that's share.cloutpay.co//crash. I'll have the link in the description below, of course, and you can go there, and just click on it or copy and paste it. But again, one more time, the link is share.cloutpay.co/KRASH. That's crash. And that's it. And it's spelled CLOUTPAY. Clout Pay. Okay? So just check it out, guys. Obviously, if you want to, in the midst right now, you're listening to me, hey, look it up yourself. Whatever, man. But, I would say, hey, just try it yourself. Don't be, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth being that skeptical. It's not like you're really giving them a ton of information. It's really simple. You're not paying anything. But, hey, there's no better way to find out if something's real than trying it yourself. Let me tell you something. At this point, I'm just being honest. I'm not sitting here overstating anything. A good friend of mine, he signed up just a little bit before me. He just cashed out about a good $1,000, I think, that he made in maybe 2 days or something like that, he said. And it's, it's on its way. And of course, it takes a little bit of processing. But you could have, basically, you could cash out anytime once you fulfill a couple of the requirements. No, they don't want any bullshit. So no, don't bother, getting bots or fake links. You want to keep it all above board and, just regular. And, you could cash out. And then you just, like I said, you have to wait a little bit, but you could cash out to your PayPal. You could cash out to a Cash App if you have that. You could cash out to just a regular check in the mail. You could also cash to Bitcoin, and there's a couple other ones, but those are the main ones. So it's just incredible, guys. And then on top of it, there's like surveys that you could do and download apps to test out. And they each pay like real money, $10, $30, $25. It's not like some of these other things that pay you like $2, 50 cents, where you have to probably do so many of them, and after a month maybe you get $100 or $200. You know what I mean? This is a whole, this thing is way more powerful, and it's going on out there, and they've been in business. I believe they've been in business maybe. I'm just going from their YouTube, when their YouTube started, which was 2008. So they've been around for a good while. I don't know all the different history about them. You guys want to get all, I don't know. Some of you guys, if you really want to go do all that, hey, of course, like I said, I'm not holding you back. You can look up anything you want about them. But I'm just sharing that with you guys. I hope you, sign up and get things going for yourself. So, yeah. So I'm just in the midst. Like I said, I just did it myself. So I'll be definitely giving you updates as it goes along, and I hope they're good. So far, really good. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just kind of waiting here, and I'll give you more details when everything works out. So that's all I got to say on that particular thing right now. Let's see here, where we at? Okay, sorry if I made a little noise there, touching the recorder, because I have to see the timer on it. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Like I might stop here briefly, and then you guys will hear more in a bit. But yeah, we're all right. Mouth's really dry today, man. Excuse me. I don't know. Maybe it's really, well, it's pretty dry and hot out there, so it might be, I'm sure it has something to do with that. But I've been drinking my water, but I guess I got a little dehydrated. I had a few beers last night, and yeah, it was cool. I went to this little local bar that's like, I don't know, a mile away from me. Yeah, it's really close. And you know, I went and hung out, got there nice and late when everybody was really in the party mode, and yeah, I hung out for a little while. Actually, yeah, well, I stayed till close, so it's the first time in a while I've done something like that. You know, I'm starting to, that time of year, and, well, it shouldn't be just that time of year, but I'm just, you know, making sure and trying to do little things like that, especially with my kind of crazy schedule. I gotta, you know, I still gotta fit in a little fun, you know, amongst all that, you know what I mean? So it could be, you know, and it could be a little tough. You feel like just, oh, I'm just going to go home or whatever. It's like, no, man, just go out. An extra hour here, an extra hour there of doing something. It just breaks things up. So it was fun. Great crowd, man. This place, the Norwood. Shout out to the Norwood. You can look them up on Instagram and follow them. Just a nice little local bar. They always have a DJ. They always have shit going on the weekends primarily. But fantastic, cool spot, whole selection of beers, everything you want. And in certain hours of the week, earlier, like evening and the daytime, they have food available. It's really good too. They even do oysters there. You know, it's not your average neighborhood bar. Like they fucking do it up in there, man. So shout out to those guys, and you know, I don't know. If somebody stumbles into this podcast that was there last night, shout out to you guys too. But I don't know. They probably aren't going to know. I need to promote it like that, so they will, right? Fuck, maybe I got two. Yeah, I got ideas. Anyways, but shout out to all that. Yeah, it was a great time. Yeah, it was cool. It was just nice, man. It was cool. People were chill, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's just nice time, man. Really fucking. Yeah, I really appreciated it, man. It's just cool. So yeah, that was that. You know, nothing else. I'm trying to think. Yeah, nothing else really went on there. It was just, you know, people dancing, and, you know, there were people drunk, you know, and, you know, couples making out here and there. So the nightlife is alive out there, my friends. So if you're older like myself and all that, and you're not getting out anymore because whatever fucking excuse or reason, do yourself a favor. Try to go out once in a blue moon, you know? I don't give a fuck if you're not so into the music or whatever. Stop being a fucking, you know, don't be like that, you know? That's all I'm saying. Don't be like that. Go fucking shake it up. Shake it up. Have some fun. Surprise yourself. You know, you never know. You might end up going, hey, you know what? This was pretty cool. And that music I didn't like, hey, they played some shit that I do like. Because they mixed it up there. They didn't play just all the new stuff. They mixed up a little bit of older shit, so it was dope. So, yeah, anyways, you know, I like to put that out there, man, because it's easy for any of us to get into a rut, you know, especially, like I said, you know, people my age, I mean, most everybody I know, they all got kids. You know, they're just working and, you know, paying for mortgages, you know, all that type of shit. And, you know, you just get caught up in that. But, and I get it. Like, I can see how, you know, if you got kids and depending on their age, man, you're pretty much, you know, you can't really do too much, you know, especially if you don't have much help, you know, you can't get babysitters too easy or anything like that. So I get it. But, you know, just try to make sure to do something for yourself. You know, maybe it isn't, you know, the nightclub or a loud bar. You know, maybe it's something more mellow. But hey, there's all kinds of stuff out there in whatever city you're at. You know, and if you think there isn't, try to look for it. You'd be surprised. You know, Pittsburgh, for instance, on the surface, you know, it's, you know, compared to, all these big cities, it looks like it ain't shit going on. It kind of looks boring, right? But I'm telling you, man, you look around a little bit and you'll find some shit to get into out there just the same. Maybe not all the time, maybe not as frequent, but, there's stuff going on. So, and if there isn't, you become the one to make stuff go on. Start putting it together. Make yourself a club night at some, fucking get with become a promoter or something, do something on the side, like once a month, at some local bar or whatever. You want to, fucking make up some name, the Pinata Night at the fucking whatever, the Horseshoe, and fucking, just start making something happen, that's all. So that's what I say. Whenever shit ain't right, hey, be the one to try to do something for it instead of just being the one being like, oh, ain't nothing going on. I mean, it gets old to keep saying that, you know what I mean? You got to figure out something. Hell, my mom, she's, in her 70s, and not to, put it all out there, but hey, she's, she should be proud of it. God bless her. She's up there. And, she has to deal with her boredom, so, and it's, it could be pretty tough, She's around a bunch of old people. She's older herself, but she don't feel it. She wants to go and she wants some kind of liveliness. It's not like she's going to go out to any of this stuff that I'm talking about, but, she wouldn't mind some of that around her. But, I've told her sometimes with that same thing. I said, well, I understand, but maybe you try to, shake it up, get people, do something around there. Be the one to, get people out of their apartment maybe, You'd be surprised what, the little things you can do, might inspire some people to get and join along. So it's all about interaction, guys, and it's not just online. We could retweet and like, all that bullshit, and that's great, but there's a real world and a real life to go out there and live, so go do it. And, you don't know, none of us know how long that is, so definitely, make your efforts for that stuff, and because it's important. I think there's a lot of us, a lot of people that are, that are kind of withdrawn and become a little recluse, if you want to say. So it's important to, to break out of those habits. And then from some of you people that are out way too much and all that, hey, take a break sometime. You could take a break. You could stay off the, out of the scene for a week or two. It's okay. So, it's all good. What else? Oh, speaking of stuff going out and all that, Friday I went out. I actually went to the Comedy Store. World famous Comedy Store in Hollywood that you guys all should know about, because if you're listening to my podcast, chances are, you're listening to some Joe Rogan podcast before, or any of the people that are a part of him, or, his friends, I should say. I shouldn't say a part of him like that, but yeah, so all those podcasts everybody referenced talks about the world famous Comedy Store. So yeah, I've made my way back there. First time I've been back there to check it out in a few years. A little longer than I wanted. I think about it, I'm like, fuck, it's been a little long. I don't know why. So I'm going to be making more of an effort to, go spend some time after work up there in the late night hours. It's pretty cool because it's free after midnight. Nice little trick, guys. You can go late and save a few bucks. But yeah, man, it's a pretty neat place. I really recommend, if you're a visitor coming to town, definitely go check out the Comedy Store, unless you just don't like comedy. But I promise you, if you like comedy and having fun, and you're not all uptight, go out. If you're too uptight for that shit, don't bother. You're gonna upset yourself, and you're gonna ruin it for other people. So, just stay away. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's a really neat place. A lot of great history. And friendly, good staff. No, it's funny because the comedians, you know, they're like, oh, it's like this dark place, and it is. You know, it is dark. It actually is dark, but I don't know. I don't get like these. I don't get these weird vibes like from. I haven't been weirded out by the place that much yet, I would say. But I will say the kind of thing that was a little weird when I went. I was just kind of walking around. It's like late. You know, it's kind of dead at this point. You know what I mean? And I walked by where there's a hallway that runs across runs all the way back to the main room, and then there's another part of the club called the original room, and then there's a kitchen right there. So along, you know, that hallway, there's tons of pictures of all the comedians over the years. Some you'll recognize, you know, decent amount of them you'll be like, who the fuck is that? But there was a photo of the late Brody Stevens. Nice big photo, man, right there. And I kind of just walked up on it. I was like, whoa, and it kind of was a little, you know, it was a little bit, if you want to say haunting or like, oh wow, you know, kind of caught me off guard. But yeah, good for them. Good, that was cool. That's cool that they put that up there. I'm pretty sure that's, I don't know if it's been there for a while, but I don't remember per se seeing it before. But yeah, shout out to and rest in peace again to Brody Stevens, man. If you didn't hear of him or know about him, check him out. He was, unfortunately, you know, took his own life a few months ago, and he was sorely missed. He was just seemed like a great guy. I never met him, but you know, he had a lot of depression and chemical issues in terms of you know, his medication and all that. So take yourself serious if you're dealing with any of that stuff. Really be careful, especially when it comes to the medication on and off and having problems with it. You know, I hope you get help. It's just too bad, to say the least, that that happened. But they did make a memorial bench over in Reseda. I need to go over to it. I'd like to go see it. You know, they did make that bench there in honor of him, which is really amazing and cool. Wish it happened when he was here, but still pretty awesome that happened, period. But yeah, so you know, it was pretty wild though. It was nice to go and hang out and check out the scene. And yeah, I was just there for like maybe an hour. Saw a comedian, a new guy coming up. His name is Ron Taylor. Fucking hilarious, man. Look up Ron Taylor. Definitely was good. And yeah, pretty much just saw him. Another guy, Josh Martin. He was not having such a great set, but you know, he's likable. He may have had his moments. And then the night was finished off with a long timer there, Don Barris. Didn't really watch his act, you know. I just wanted to kind of walk around at that point. But I'll watch him another time. He's definitely an interesting cat. If you've ever paid attention, like I said, at any of these Death Squad podcast or Brian Redband, you know, you would know about these names I'm saying, like Brody Stevens and Don Barris and all that. But yeah, I did actually see Redband. Kind of said hello to him. He was walking past, but you know, I did see him, so that was pretty cool. And that was it. It was nothing else. I didn't, you know, nobody else I particularly saw or whatever. It was, like I said, it was kind of the end, so it wasn't a ton of people at that point. And yeah, but good stuff, man. It's in this town is amazing. There's a lot of stuff right at my fingertips to enjoy, and I got to do it more often. So that's what I'm doing to, you know, not just for that, but you know, I want to share, you know, have some things to talk to you guys about. You know, I didn't want this podcast to just be talking about my boring, you know, job all the time, which I don't even get into all that much, but you know, and I'm sure if you've listened for a little while, you know, there were some points here, especially earlier and maybe last year, and you know, some different points where I definitely felt like I was getting stagnant, you know, and kind of repetitive. But hey, things happen. Things happen, but we keep working through it. I keep recording, so it's not going to stop me. But let's see here where we're at. Oh, fantastic. But yeah, it's just a great week. The weather is kicking. It's summertime. I think pretty much everywhere now. It's really, 4th of July is coming up this week. And it's on a weird day, on a Thursday. So it's going to be kind of funny to be off one day and then back to work. But it's a day off, so that'll be nice. And, that's pretty much it. I don't have any big plans because, it's really all about work for me right now, guys. For the moment. That could be changing soon. We'll see. Please, Clout Pay, let this be all good, right? I'm doing my best, but yeah, man, it's just getting going. So you know what? I'm gonna stop for now, guys, and I'll be continuing on in a brief moment. Hold tight.
I said he wasn't going to the Knicks. He's going to the Nets. I had said that about Durant.
Yo, we're jumping in real quick. I got Broski on. As you can hear, we're talking about the NBA free agency that's going on right here.
Man.
July 1st just started. We're going to get this in. I didn't know if I was going to get him on, but he just got back from Vegas. Out there in the field, reporting live. No, just kidding.
I wasn't doing. That was a vacation, dude.
No, vacation, chilling. Yeah. So how was it?
It was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice. I had fun.
Nice.
A whole bunch of fun.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I had fun.
See any winners? Any losers?
Not really. You know what? We really wasn't centering on shit like that. We was, tell you the truth, we only gambled for about maybe 30, 40 minutes, man. Most of the time we were just
chilling
in the room or just, going here and there. That's all.
Yeah.
We didn't do much gambling.
No, that's cool. Good way to. That's the way to be. You leave with your money.
Yeah. It was. I know he's right here under the tire. I gotta get a BB gun. But anyway. Fuck that Vegas shit.
Yeah, we're going to get into
this.
Real
shit,
yeah.
The free agency shit, man. I did not. Oh, my God. Crazy. Crazy.
So where do you want to start? You want to start East and talk about the East right now, or do you want to start with the West?
Well, this is kind of mixed anyway. We just talk about
or all of it.
And where they went,
Okay.
But you can start the East. The East is fun. We can start the East.
So, the biggest one we got to talk about for the East is Brooklyn Nets. Nets just going for it, just saying we don't give a fuck. Fuck you, New York Knicks. Bitch, it's a new era.
Oh my God. They can't attract nobody to the Knicks, man. I think that's what it is, man. They just cannot get guys to come to the fucking Knicks, man.
Yeah, they I think they're pretty unlikable in terms of the ownership, but then we'll have to look down their roster. I don't think they're as bad as maybe people are making it, really. But they just I don't know if they're I think in a way it says, hey, you guys are just not ready for NBA superstars right now. Just get yourself some kind of good core going on, and then come back later. You know what I mean?
Man, you can make a superstar, dude.
Yeah. Well, they got a great pick. They got a great pick. That Barrett, AJ Barrett or whatever.
Yeah.
They got a fantastic pick to get it going with, so if I'm a Knicks fan, stop all the crying right now. You act like you don't have anything going on. I mean, look, Kevin Durant has a whole year he ain't playing, so that ain't happening right away.
Thank you. So you can watch him off the board right now. They just got him.
And in Brooklyn, I mean, it's going to be a little interesting because now they did, D'Angelo's gone. That's a big difference. So we don't really know what the fuck this team's going to look like. Without Kevin Durant, they probably should be good. I can't imagine them dropping off or something. They should get to the playoffs, I would hope. But, we don't really know what the fuck they're going to look like,
No.
So I wouldn't freak out.
Next year. then we'll know what they're all about.
Yeah, we'll know. Yeah, when we get into the season by January, we'll have a pretty good idea. January 2020 or February, you'll have a pretty good. You'll pretty much know what the fuck's going to go on with that team.
Yeah, but Durant won't be there till next year. So
yeah, so that shit's nothing to talk about. He's going to be just chilling. Get him nice and happy. I mean, long term, that's good. I think that's going to be fucking totally fine. I mean, he's been a workhorse. He should, it's too bad it has to be like this, but you know what? It's going to be a good break for him, man. He's still at a great age.
Him and Kyrie over there, which they keep saying Kyrie is a big fucking problem. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, again, and that's a good thing. They don't, they have some separation. He could get going on that team. He doesn't have another big ego or like player to deal with. So maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic for the guys because, Brooklyn, I want to see them have a great team. I like what they already did. But, this is weird shift. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out great for them. It should, but we'll see. I think this is I'm going to say with Brooklyn Nets, I wouldn't look into this year. Let's look at them for 3 years from now. Let's look at that. That's what we got to look at. Okay.
Because right now they won't be doing much right from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
They made it to the playoffs, so
yeah, they should. They should.
We'll see next year.
Let's move on. Anyways, the other, I guess, we should go ahead. I mean, it's going to be kind of like we were saying that we might as well just keep it all over instead of segmented because everybody's moving around. So in that, D'Angelo Russell goes to the Warriors, so they get him. They keep Klay Thompson, got him a great contract.
Yeah.
Man, that hasn't. I don't think that's too bad, actually, man.
Well, we had already said Golden State without Durant is still nice. It's still a super team.
Yeah.
But now they're getting rid of Iguodala too. So
I know.
It's going to be.
I know.
Iguodala's gone, and now
it's a shift with them too. Yeah.
We're getting rid of two quality players for one quality player. That's what it seems like to me.
Right. Well, that pretty much is. I mean, because I don't know if they're
guys, and then he's a proven guy.
Yeah.
So I think Golden State wins in that. I think they won because fucking Durant is damaged goods. He won't be able to play until the following fucking year.
Right.
So that to me is a win-win.
It's total. I think it's totally a win-win.
Yeah. I don't look at that as negative. Like, oh shit, they got rid of KD. KD won't be able to play for a whole year. He's done.
No, they did a good. I mean, you're keeping. They're keeping a somewhat youthful team by getting doing that trade. Not that it's just you just went a little. You went younger. He's already healthy, and he's going to be a good fit, I think, too. And
it's with a team full of shooters.
It's a lot of positives. A lot of positives. And yeah, I'm here, man.
But then getting rid of Iguodala was like the best defensive specialist.
All right, so Iguodala. Let's follow the trail. So Iguodala, where the fuck did he go?
He went to God damn it, Memphis, I think it is.
Let me look this shit up.
I think he went to Memphis, but it's the whole trade there. It's a 3-team trade thing with Garnett, Durant, Russell, and Iguodala.
So he went there. He went where again? You said? I'm sorry, man.
I think he went to Memphis. I'm not sure.
Memphis.
I think he went to Memphis.
Okay.
He went to the Grizzlies.
I'm trying to, because I'm in the free agency. ESPN, your fucking free agency page should be much better than it is, but whatever.
It's terrible.
Let's see. Blazers. I'll just start reading off some of this shit. Seth Curry, and he got to the Mavs. That just happened.
Okay.
On a 4-year deal. Ellington to join the Knicks as team's 5th free agent pickup. So they're getting a lot of people. It's not like the Knicks aren't getting anybody. I mean, and the bottom line with the dude look, Knicks fans, you motherfuckers have just sucked, all right? And you still suck, and now you just have a team that's probably going to be better. Just chill the fuck out, man. You're fucking crying and shit like you guys deserve a goddamn title.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Because we're in New York and we're big for football. So what, motherfucker? Nobody gives a fuck.
You know, it's like just chill the fuck out, man. You've had a dysfunctional ass organization. Just that's what the fuck it is, and it's still probably going to have some of that. But now you're still in way better shape than you were. So, I mean, what the fuck? You got a coach you like. You got a fucking great pick this year. You got a bunch. I don't even know. I can start naming off probably some other guys. You got some other guys going there. Just see what the fuck happens, man.
They want Zion. They want KD.
I know. You don't deserve them. You don't deserve none of them. You got to earn it. You motherfuckers haven't done shit. Get to some goddamn playoffs, and then we'll come talk later. Peace. Done talking about them motherfuckers.
That's what they should say, too. Exactly just like that, too.
I just said it. It's on. You ain't going to hear this on ESPN. You ain't going to... And Michael Rappaport, I love you, dude, but you ain't going to hear from him because he's Mr. Nick. But sorry, dog. Y'all don't deserve any fucking star player. You don't deserve it.
Win a goddamn championship. Well, not championship.
No, just...
But win a goddamn playoff series.
Get to
the playoffs.
Get about at least 3 years of that shit.
Get to the playoffs.
Yeah, how about that?
No offense.
How about that?
Get to the playoffs.
Yeah, make some noise too. Not just struggle to that motherfucker. Let's make some noise. Then you're gonna attract the fucking player.
Yeah, do something, man. Like you said, you motherfuckers ain't this.
Y'all ain't done shit since Jeremy Lin, motherfucker.
And then that was at the beginning of the season. And after that shit died down, you motherfuckers died down with it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? When Jeremy Lin died down, they died down with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow. And now they talking about Carmelo going to the Lakers. Oh my God.
Oh really? He's going to the Lakers, huh?
They talking about.
Let's get into the Lakers. So what the fuck is going on? We're supposedly Kawhi is split. Is he going to the Clippers, like we said, or is he going to go to the Lakers?
You know what, dude? I am so tired of this bullshit. You got to follow him one fucking guy around. Fuck him. If he wants to stay in Toronto, which if he had any kind of fucking sense, he would stay in Toronto.
Right.
But if he wants to go somewhere and make another name for himself, I mean, the motherfucker's awesome.
Right.
He's already got a championship with San Antonio. With the Toronto got one. Now, if he goes to the Clippers and get another championship, that motherfucker should be. Now he should be in the record books. He should be the fucking record books.
He'll end up with a statue with the Clippers. He'll have a statue in Toronto. Whether he leaves or not, he's having a statue there. They could be mad or whatever, but he'll have a statue.
They gonna put a statue there. He got a statue.
Yeah,
he got a statue.
It'll be an argument amongst their hardcore. Trust.
If he got any kind of fucking sense, he would stay.
But I would stay in Toronto. Yep.
But he don't care. See, now, if you look at his face, he really don't give a fuck.
No, he don't give a fuck.
That's pay me and win.
I would if you don't stay there, I say in this circumstance, go to the Clippers, man.
Yeah, don't go to the Lakers.
Because you get to be the man amongst these cats. You don't have to go deal with another, whatever.
Nobody. You got to deal with nobody over there. There's nobody.
And then and the expectations are wide open, so it's all good. Where the Lakers, they're acting like it's, hey, if they put this together, it's only a championship. Nothing else is acceptable. It's like, okay, good luck.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even talk to the Lakers. I would go walk in that meeting and walk right the fuck out.
Damn.
Serious, man. It's a problem. You guys got a thing with Magic.
Well, why show up, man?
I don't give a fuck. Genie Bus. I'll be like, I don't want none of this shit. I don't want none of this. I just came to get the free deli sandwich in the hallway. Thank you. See? Win-win, baby. Win-win, man.
Wow, so that's going on. We're in the midst of that. Did the Lakers get somebody already? Am I missing something?
No, they just got AD. That's it, man. Anthony Davis and LeBron.
We already talked about that.
And then Kawhi, they just gonna be this super fucking team.
All right.
I'm thinking, y'all got Anthony Davis and LeBron. That should be enough right there. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know why you can't build enough other guys around that. But see, that's Laker style. They want
5 champions.
But I'll give them. Look, I don't want to shit on them. I don't want to shit on them. They should be going after a guy like Kawhi. That's very bold. They should. And at least they're not going after some broken down Catino Mobley motherfucker that's 43 years old.
Yeah, Steve Nash is some bullshit at the end of his fucking career.
You know, that they had to stop that. It was like, you guys didn't learn from Karl Malone. Really? You really didn't learn from that shit, huh? Oh, okay.
Karl Malone, Gary Payton, them niggas were so beat up, they didn't even want to play. But they were like, shit, you gonna pay me, I'll play. Shit.
And then Steve Nash.
They wouldn't on the floor all together.
Yeah.
Well, how many times did the Super Lakers on the floor together?
I think it was like 4 games, maybe?
Maybe. Look that shit up. You motherfuckers talk that bullshit, look that shit up.
Yeah, really. I ain't looking that up, though. But
No. I'm just saying, those motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah. Whoever's listening, go ahead and look that shit up, right. Do your history. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, we get.
Who's the next winner in the fucking free agency sweepstakes? Who else?
All right, well.
Kemba Walker. I mean, who's the people that won are the players. You know, I'm not looking at the teams yet because they haven't played yet. So saying that
I know.
so and so is good over here, we don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So all that bullshit about how teams are gonna look, it means absolutely nothing. Let them play first.
Oh, of course, man. Of course. But it is fun. This is the time it's off season. You know, all they can do is just blow hot air out there and talk shit and make a bunch of predictions up that ain't gonna work. And you know, ESPN is you know, feeling really good. They're giving their money away to anybody that's working for them. You don't have to tell anything true at all. You don't have to do any real. You know, and I want to remind everybody. Let's keep it real, guys. Don't be mad at these motherfuckers. You're watching Disney, asshole. That's who you're watching as a sports entertainment company. Let's not get it twisted. So why would you be fucking surprised when they tell Cinderella stories, bitch?
Yep, that's what it is, too. And they'll come out with some bullshit and gotta retract that shit. I'll be like, dude, y'all have to bring that story up. Why don't y'all wait till y'all get a fact? Y'all just start bringing shit up like, you know, man.
Much love to you. Much love.
Only because the only reason I've been watching it is because I just want to get the information. This is what's going on.
Oh yeah, no. They're still giving you information, but they're also giving like TMZ shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. They're no different than all this shit out there.
Extra bullshit that really matters to me. I want the information. You give me the rest of this other shit, I don't need to know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I know.
I just want to know who got. It's like doing a crime.
I don't
need to know what happened.
I got it for you.
Just let me know who shot the motherfucker.
I got it for you. We upgraded here, man. I got it right now. CBSSports.com. Go there. They got a nice lineup of this whole situation. Thank you, CBS. So right now, Kawhi Leonard, only one right now. No deal. All right? Fuck all the shit they're talking about. You guys, by the time you hear this, the deal's done probably. Today's Canada Day, though. Happy Canada Day, all to my Canadians. I do want to put that out there.
Yeah, happy Canadian Day, man.
And I don't think they want to announce anything on Canada Day if he's leaving. That's fucked up.
Hell no.
Oh, my God. So, you know, let me put everything in context of what's going on. Okay. As far as the money, let's talk the money. Let's talk the business. Kevin Durant got a 4-year, $164 million deal, 1 year off to start off the whole thing.
Yeah. He getting paid a bunch of money to sit on the bench and cheer. Awesome.
Fuck yeah, Kevin, you the man. Me and Kevin me and Kevin are birthday twins, man. So shout out to Kevin Durant.
Hell yeah. Love you, Kevin.
Kyrie Irving got himself a 4-year deal with Brooklyn as well for $141 million, right behind. Boom. Damn.
Wow.
The money this year, as of yesterday when I saw it, the collective contracts, it was $3.2 billion worth of contracts. That's how much money is cracking in the NBA nowadays.
We ain't got no fucking money, but they paying these motherfuckers this kind of cash.
They got money.
That don't make sense.
They got money.
It don't make sense. We ain't got the schools is fucked up. Police ain't
that part, yeah. Well, this is
shooting themselves the goddamn medication because they ain't getting paid enough. But now we gonna pay a fucker, just like baseball and all these other sports. You pay these motherfuckers off, but it's not us paying them. We gotta it's not a public system. This is a private company. Yeah, but I'm just saying, somebody got $80 billion somewhere. You're paying all these fucking athletes. I mean, we talking about crazy money, dude.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all the TV. Well, now all the league, you know, for years now, the TV contracts. It's a whole different money system they're getting now.
Yeah, that's That's why they had to set those caps now. Mm-hmm. They were like, you guys are going crazy. You can't give every player on the goddamn court $170 million. Even that's what they think they want.
Even though they pretty much can if they wanted to. Yep.
And if they could, they would.
Yeah. So Kemba Walker got himself a 4-year, $141 million deal.
That's the max, right? Well, no, the max is Kevin Durant's max, right?
Well, I don't know. Klay Thompson seems max. His is 190. I think he got the most out of everybody.
That's max. Yeah, I think that's
4-year, 190. Staying with the Warriors like a true Warrior. So if you're a Warrior,
where was he, dude? They talking that shit. Oh, Klay Thompson wants that. Well, they were saying that about Durant. They really wasn't saying that too much about Klay. That he wanted his own team and he really wanted to be his own man type of thing. Klay seems like he's happy to be within a system that we're winning. You know, he don't seem like any little things on us disrupt him. You know, they talk to him. He just says like little bullshit. He's done. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I think it also plays. I think the Durant deal plays into it because, you know, once that shakes out, you know, I'm sure the Warriors were like, well, we got to make sure to give Klay the money. You know, we got to go out. We could go all out now. You know what I mean? So
and then you're thinking
that
about
had to play a part in it.
Both damaged goods, but whose damage is worse than the other? I think Kevin Durant's damage. I mean, Klay will be back next year.
Yeah.
I don't think Durant.
No. Yeah. Well, they knew that. And that's why. That's why. Also, Knick fans. I'm not going to go on about you guys, but one more thing, if you didn't realize already, that's why they didn't meet with Kevin. They already were just like, he's damaged. I don't need to get this. We don't need that right now. So
they wasn't gonna get that motherfucker a max contract to sit on the fucking bench. That's not what he was being brought there for. No, dude. We're trying to win.
We try to at least. We need to do some shit now.
You know, we want to win next year.
We need all active guys right now. Fuck that.
Yeah. So, and then the whole thing with Kyrie was they were. The way they were talking about ESPN today, they were basically like, we'll attract Kyrie, and Kevin, since they boys, he'll follow Kyrie. That's the whole.
That was their mentality.
They were just saying Kevin Durant as a follower, and I was like, I can't believe they sitting there saying this shit about it.
Wow.
And he's sitting on his hands. I'll come up. It would be a fucking interruption right there. But I'm not following nobody, dude.
Right.
He's following me. If anything, we went together. We're not following nobody. That is some of the shit they say is just really like.
Well, they have nothing else to do. They gotta. This is the new way of media and getting views and interest is controversy, talking shit, starting shit, muddying the waters. These fucking guys. This is what it is out there these days. Now, whether they mean it or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people do now. That's what these agencies do. All of them. You gotta fucking talk shit to get attention and keep people watching your dumbass, boring ass program.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really. I mean, it is like you go on social, Twitter, all this stuff. The way that people, if you want to get relevant, get a bunch of followers. There's fucking tactics for that shit, guys. It is not a mystery. It's not an accident. There's motherfuckers that know how to just talk enough shit in a certain way and do their hashtags, and they'll get a huge account. And they'll probably have a lot of people hating and being mad, but they're not looking at it that way because they're just getting people in there. They're getting clicks. They're getting money.
Hey, PR, good PR or bad PR, it's
a whole and now it's the bad side gets embraced more. I mean, you had Wendy's. What was it recently? They started it on Twitter. They start talking shit to customers, and everybody else started jumping in on that shit.
Yep.
Because they realized. Oh, I see what they're doing.
Money, nigga. So.
I see. They said everybody realized. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're not just being a boring, bland marketing, thing on Twitter. Hi, Wendy's, eat our burgers and saying nothing else. They said, fuck that. We're gonna have a little fun with this shit.
Your food tastes like shit. Somebody going like, motherfucker, your service was shit. You came around. I'm gonna get my restaurant. You wasn't shit. So that's good. I think they should do that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it was on purpose, but I'm sure at first maybe it was the guy running it that just did a little tweet, and then they realized, oh, that was good. Let's do more of that.
Yeah.
because look. I know I'm going off talking business marketing things and stuff like that, but I just want to put that out there. You know, you have young guys right now in college maybe listening, or whoever, you know, they might be getting into this stuff, but these fucking huge companies, especially just a few years ago, man, they were just handing their Twitter accounts to these 22-year-olds and just like, hey, just do your thing, you know, and paying them.
Yeah.
These guys are probably making, you know, multi-millions by now just because they just nailed it so good and made them a bunch of money just from this marketing, you know.
It's easy. I mean, not real, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's easy if you know what the fuck. Yeah, for the right kid, it's easy, yeah.
Get the right head.
Easy money.
They know exactly what they're doing. Oh, no, that's how you have to do this.
Right.
You know, it doesn't hurt to be mean to your customers. As long as you do it in a funny way, everybody get a kick out of it.
Like, what an awesome job. Imagine you was 22 and you were into this shit a bit, and you went ahead and they were like, Taco Bell's like, yeah, Kim, run our account. We'll pay you. Is $100,000 a year sound good to you? You know.
It'd be way less than that, but still, that's not bad.
Right.
And still, you know, by now it's going to be up to 100, maybe 200,000 to do that job.
Oh, yeah.
Because before, when it first came out, social media was all up in the air.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. When it was real early, I'm sure it was much less, but yeah.
Job for somebody like McDonald's, 400,000, yeah. Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these companies are going under now. Starbucks is getting ready to go under, which I don't know how.
Oh, they're going under?
All the bridal shops and jewelry stores are going under because people don't get married no more.
Right.
Not like that, you know. I was just looking that shit up, man. They was talking about how a lot of these places are really, you know, they closing down like so many stores, but they're pretty much getting ready to liquidate their shit, man. People not
well, you know what? Hey, man. It also sometimes it's like sometimes it's the brand and it's just done, and then it's like, or it's just it's not that you know what we're saying. It's not like tomorrow they're all gonna be gone. It'll take a number of years, but you know, it's like it just becomes like you need something else to come in. It's the same thing, but it's a different name. You know, it's all about that. But yeah, with weddings and this jewelry shit, that shit's changed. Yeah.
Well, this is online now. I can get that same ring that you go out and buy at K's Jeweler for $1,700. I can get that motherfucker online for $700.
Yeah. Well, and not only that.
Like they just mix this shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just that. Now that it's been more and more publicly known, and especially if you're younger, they know about the diamond inflation bullshit. It's not real. It's all fake. Yeah. So it's not this rare gemstone. That's what they make it. That's how they sell it. It's not. You're selling something it's plentiful. You just raise the market. And matter of fact, the cubic zirconias are amazing now. Plus, they even make a fake one that's real, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? They can make it in a lab, essentially, and it's exactly the fucking same. You know, but a real expert would, you know, they'll differentiate maybe.
Yeah, but like, man, this is fake, but man, it's good quality though.
So there's just too many things where it's like, why the fuck are you gonna go in crazy debt over this shit? Don't do that, man. You could get a nice ring within $1,000 range. You'd be surprised if you really look.
A real nice ring for I said for $700, you can get a really nice ring for $700.
Mm-hmm.
A nice ring. I mean, it's not going to be that.
It's not going to sit there and jump off. She ain't going to have this huge rock or something. But hey, man, if she's caught up,
they got modest taste.
Yeah, if she's too caught up in that, then you shouldn't be with that bitch. All right, sorry to put it that way.
If she's doing that bullshit, I gotta have a ring that you can see him up from space. Yeah, but then you don't need.
Well, it ain't me. It ain't this guy.
Be me, motherfucker, and then those ring you see from space. If I get some shit like that, it's gonna be for my finger, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd rather make an investment or go get a property at least. Fuck.
I mean, I want to do something for everybody. It shouldn't just be for one. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's got this thing now where everybody wants to do shit for themselves. I'm getting so fucking tired of that shit. But it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not that selfish. I'm selfish, but I'm not that selfish where it's like, well, I'm going to go do something, I'm just going to do it for myself. And this is something I'm doing for myself. You know. But if we all going out together, you know, I like to buy, everybody get a sample plate. We can all eat off somebody's plate. You know what I'm saying? I want a steak. And then I want this. And, you know,
I know. Well, I was thinking about that kind of concept just in a whole way or whatever, like just being out, you know, and I just look around. You go, you know what? It's like, just because I'm in, you know, I could be in whatever side of town or whatever, and we just like, we'll look, you know, like, oh, nobody really, you know, nobody got money on this side, or they don't got money. And motherfucker, you don't really know what's got money or who's got how much money, right?
No, you don't. Just you know, look like a bum don't mean you're a fucking bum.
But beyond that, then where you do know where the money is and the mansions and all, it's just such a funny thing. Like, and then within families and all these things, they're like, there's so many things where it's like, there's no reason motherfuckers should really be struggling. And especially in this country, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of government shit, whatever, you know what I mean? But from businesses to personal to motherfucking family and shit. Because my thing, the only thing I get caught or thinking about at these moments, I go, man, at least on my mom's side, I'm like, we have motherfuckers that have been here like 300 plus years or so, and nobody got some big piece of land somewhere. Are you serious?
Thank you.
Or some kind of, you know, nobody set up some kind of. Nobody got like there was nobody that did you know, some invention. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, think about it, man. Even back in the day, it was like maybe 1 million people on the planet.
Yeah.
And out of those 1 million people, maybe 3 or 4 of them really had a good idea for something that actually really took off.
Yeah, you know? I know. I know.
Had dumb inventions, man. Some inventions, they probably were pretty good. And the funny thing is, they're probably before their time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just making fun and thinking about the idea of how that works out.
I'm thinking like my family's from Louisiana and shit. We didn't get no swampland or some shit over there that we could, you know, go and sell for some shit. You know,
right?
Damn, what the fuck are y'all doing all this time? Making
right.
Kids? Shit.
Well, you know, then you get into it and you start thinking, well, somebody probably did get this and that, and then the problem is the next generation fucks it up. And then, yeah, it really comes down to that. These families that somehow, like, basically it's like, I only came to the thing of like, well, I guess you just got to get so much motherfucking money, you just have to make it, like, almost impossible for somebody to fuck up or something, you know?
But it's hard.
But that's pretty hard to do, yeah.
You know, you think about somebody like Prince. His estate should be worth billions, right?
I know.
But you got somebody over there fucking their estate up, you know, selling records you shouldn't be selling, you know.
Well, they got a whole, yeah, that's one of those deals where they still have a record company involved, but the family that's left.
It's not a trust. It's probably a family trust.
Yeah.
You can't blow through it. You cannot blow through it.
Right. Well, there's a certain amount of, the company basically has pretty much the rights, I think, to, I mean, I don't know how much of his catalog. See, that's going to be the whole thing. Whatever they have the rights to be able to put out there, that's what they're going to keep doing. But there's going to be probably a certain amount of material that'll be up to the family that's left to do.
And of course, for the family, you still got to kick them down. I mean, yeah.
Oh no, they're getting paid. They're getting paid. There's people that they're getting paid. But then again, it's just that's what's so funny if you think in those terms is like you can't predict them because you could have that family. They may be well-meaning and you know, they're going to live their life. Of course, they're going to enjoy themselves. Nothing wrong with that. But they may not have the kids, or they have the kids and then they don't really, you know, learn or you know, whatever. They may not be involved.
They don't care because they inconsiderate. They're born to a world where they have money.
Yeah, you know, they may not be. Yeah, you may not get the right person. So. All I'm saying at the end of the day, it's like when you look at that shit, it's like it's so impossible to like go, oh, everybody will be good forever. It's like, it's still not guaranteed.
Now you got one motherfucker fucking up for everybody.
You still ain't guaranteed, yeah.
Just takes one.
Yeah.
You know, one greedy motherfucker that's like, oh, well, he signed this over to me, blah, 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 so now everything is caught up in it.
Yep.
And that's more money and more money. So, yeah, you be like, what happened to all the money? But we was fighting that fucking court battle for 10 years.
Right.
That took all the money right there.
Right.
You know? So it's just stupid. Instead of letting shit just go. You know?
Yep.
Just let it go.
Yep.
But we can't do that because they're greedy. Everybody's, you know, like they say California was the sue me state. Instead of the show me state, California's the sue me state.
Right.
And every time you come here, motherfuckers getting hit, sue. That's all it is about suing, you know?
Oh, you want to hear? I'll give you a cold-blooded situation with that. So visiting Pittsburgh, talking to Kurt, right? My boy Kurt, and our friend Matt. He got this. He's a bouncer. He always does bouncer jobs. He's always a door guy. He works at bars and stuff. So he was working his bar. These guys got thrown out. They got in a fight amongst themselves, but then they came back and made the situation like a setup, like Matt was the one that did this to them and all this shit. And now he's he's got charges. The shit was off camera, so they like set this all up, and they're gonna sue the fucking bar and him and everything now to get money. It's like they did all that, so they're trying to set him up over this shit.
But if you give him ammunition, meaning like you grab somebody the wrong way or you punch somebody the wrong way,
he didn't touch it. He didn't touch him at all though. He had nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay. Well, then he had no problem then.
It's just going to be interesting. It's just going to be all about like the video. It's going to be interesting. But there was witnesses. I think it's just these are idiots. I don't think they're going to pull it off. It's just now he has to go through this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for nothing. For fucking nothing.
I'm like, God damn, man. That's terrible. You know.
It's horrible.
And then the fucking bar won't. They're not. It's like they're not back in. They're almost trying to avoid as if like nothing's going. It's like you guys are gonna get fucked too, man. You should be backing your employee up, man. You know.
No, they look at it like we're out of it.
So just like you were saying, there you go, selfish, all that shit. Yep.
Yeah, the bar should be like, no, we're gonna back our employee, but hey, he's a bouncer. That's fucked up. But a bouncer is really a terrible job because either way, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you get somebody cleared out the bar really good, nobody gets hurt, that guy may come back with a gun and shoot up the fucking bar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So all kind of shit can happen.
It's a hardcore shit, man. I gotta give it to him, man. He's been doing this for years, and I'm just like, man. I'm like, I at some point I'd be like, man, no way, I gotta stop this shit. I mean, I did a door job like for a little while, before I left Pittsburgh. And thankfully it was cool. The bartenders ran the place and everything was their spot. I knew they had my back. You didn't have to worry about that shit. If something went down, they didn't have it on me to get in the situation. They would have got involved. So
if I have a company, I should.
So they did it to me. They did it.
If I'm here and some guys getting unruly, the bouncer just got my back. That's it. I'm taking care of this shit myself.
Yeah, so they did it pretty cool. Thankfully, I didn't have any problem. I just checked.
I did.
There was no big deal.
I never did like real bouncing. I worked at parties and whatnot, private events. Never had a problem, man. Never had a problem.
Yeah. It's all about you. It's also the type of venue or bar that the kind of clientele they get.
Yeah.
It comes to that too. If you're gonna have a rougher clientele, you got to have the right kind of security and shit. You can't.
They should have enough of it, not just three old guys.
No.
Teetering around and shit. You need some young guys.
Yep.
That look like young lions. That mother be like, oh shit, I don't want to start no trouble in here. That's how you want them to look. You don't want to be like, I want my guys to be not so much intimidating, but I want them when somebody look and go like, oh shit, I ain't like no fool in here.
Right.
That mother be like, get my hand off. So I'm like, no.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's called deterrent. I want to deter you before you act.
And then if you have a real cool bar with people that are repeat customers, you're gonna have people that are patrons that'll fucking look out for you and shit. So, anyways, going on about all this different shit, talking about fucking bars and fucking.
Yeah, we were way off the rails on that one. I don't know what the fuck happened.
No, that's fine, man. This is what we do. It's podcasting. That's what podcasting is. Fucking every one of them. Well, we went down the main list. I'll give you a few other ones we could talk about. I'm looking at. We already mentioned D'Angelo Russell. He got $117 million for 4 years. Jimmy Butler to the Heat. What do you think about that one?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all because I don't think the Heat have anything big going on right now.
Right.
I think after they had their 2 cycles where they had a one. Here you go. They had one win here. They had a 1 win, then they had a 2nd win. So I think I don't know why he went over there. I guess because he wanted his own team. That's the only reason I can think why he went over there.
Right. You know what? Well, you know what else it is? The taxes too. It's Florida. A lot of athletes love going down there because you save a ton of money in taxes, and you got a $142 million deal. So.
But that was all, man. I think he just wanted to be the man somewhere.
Yeah.
He never really been the man nowhere. So I guess that's what it was.
And then Dwayne Wade retired. So maybe, maybe he would. Maybe he. Go ahead.
What? I'm saying it's a spot for him. I just don't see why he didn't. Well, I guess he didn't want to be Iguodala. He didn't want to be that every guy. He wants his own team. So I guess that's what it was.
Well, and this is probably his only chance to have this even happen. So that's the other thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. He didn't want to go he didn't want to fight for control of the team. He wanted to go there and be like, this is Jimmy's team now, and that's what it's gonna be. So yeah.
And then meanwhile, if he hears this conversation, he's like, "Nah, man." He's like, "Philly didn't have enough money to pay me." Shit. I'm telling you, man. You know what I mean? You never know what these deals are really about. That's my thing. I like what we get. Isn't probably what it is. The guy, like I said, the guy's going there. He's like, "Shit, I'm saving on taxes down here." But he's out there like, "Yeah, I'm here." But he's like, "Shit, I'm here because of this."
We look at it like this guy is going down there to play. We don't look at it as a business. That's what I'm saying. We're casual fans. We don't look at it business wise.
Right.
I don't look at it business wise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at it business wise. I'm looking at it like, is this guy gonna be happy with this team? Are they gonna meld together? I don't give a fuck about how much he's getting paid and what he's getting paid. I'm a casual fan. I just want to see if he'll go over there and grow.
So Al Horford went to Philly for $109 million.
That was smart. Now that was smart.
Yep.
To get Horford, I mean, not for him to go there, but Horford is not that. He's that what's the name? He's that guy that doesn't mind doing that.
Nope. Totally.
So
especially for $109 million, you know that he's like, this is my last one. This is my last biggie. Because he's right there. He's a little up there, right? He's like 35 now, right?
Horford, yeah, he's 32. He ain't that old.
Oh, let me look. 33. He just turned 33. All right. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, this is kind of his last big one still, though, because he'll be 37 at the end of that one. So.
See, so he's still viable, and if he's playing the way he's been playing.
Oh yeah, no, he's fine, man. And it's the right kind of team. He's not going to have a lot of pressure per se, I mean, he'll have pressure, but not like, he's got enough guys. There's enough guys there that are good already. Yeah, he's not coming to a team that's all like fucking nobody knows what the fuck's going on. It's they already got a system. So okay, so let's.
A good team. They kept everybody pretty much together.
Yep. So, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just one shit. Yeah, one guy, one difference, just a trade off.
Yeah,
basically.
But that was, like I said, that was a good deal.
Yeah, you got to set, and he's a center.
You're trading Butler for Horford. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what else? He gets along with people. I think that Butler's not. He's a little more unstable, if you want to say, but. At least they make him that. At least they make him that way.
It's just that I think it's more temperamental.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just saying that's what they say. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I think
we don't know these guys.
I don't know these guys. I don't want to base off.
It personal. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm hearing about you.
Right. Not that they're gonna fucking hear, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it.
Talking about, hey, bro, Shaq was unstable.
No.
Go talk that shit to ESPN. They the ones that say it. We just repeating that shit. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying it.
Dude, I don't know nothing about you.
I'm just saying it because I like I like him. I like him. People be like, I don't want him on my team. I'm like, fuck that. That's the guy I want on my team. I like that dude. So even if he does have a little flare up, I love that shit because that motherfucker likes playing, you know. So I'm cool with that shit as long as it's not you're getting in fights with each other and dumb shit like that, and you know, bringing guns in the locker room, you know, like our boy Gilbert Arenas. Shout out to Gilbert. I fucking loved you, man. Fucking loved that. I loved that dude when he was playing. I didn't like that shit, but I loved fucking watching him, man. He was a good player, dude. He just on the wrong. Can you imagine Gilbert Arenas? Man, this dude over here. This guy got a chemical warfare over here. What are you smoking? Chemical warfare OG?
Something like that. Something like that.
Fucking Agent Orange and shit?
Yeah, something like that.
There you go.
I forgot what this shit is called. Don't matter.
Woo-hoo. So anyways, so
it don't matter. It don't matter. Our podcast is sports. Our podcast, we're not doing big. We do everything. We talk about music, everything. We start off with sports, and we'll trail off when we first start doing it, for some reason, we'll start off with one conversation and always ended with fucking music. We always talk about fucking music. It seemed like we was doing that shit.
I didn't even get into music this time, man.
What as long as you got something.
I just wanted to ask him how was the trip. Nate, how was your trip home?
Oh, it was great. Thanks. Real cool.
They don't interrupt shit. We still the shit we talk about on our podcast. Nate loves it like that. If we had a talk show, I think we had a regular talk show on late night TV. I don't think we would have that many guests. I think it'd just be me and Nate talking all the fucking time.
Y'all be like the guys on Showtime.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Something like that.
You just sit there on the
yeah, but they always have guests.
Sorry, everybody, we're having a little.
No, they don't.
They didn't Spike Lee on that last time I was watching it.
Just every now and then. They don't know.
I'm just saying. If we had our own show, I think all we'd be doing is talking to each other. You know? And I think it'd be a lot of us throwing shit up on the thing that, hey, look at this shit here. You know,
well,
shit like
hey,
that.
man, we're going to find out coming up when we're about to get this thing going with Kurt, so.
Okay.
I'll let you know when it's ready, man. I just got to get this shit. I got to get my podcast stuff this week, so.
Let me know, man, so I know to be down there with time and all that shit. I can't wait. But I'm hoping I have a new phone by then. I can't deal with this phone.
Yeah, I know.
I can't deal with this. It's hard to deal with because now like I said, I think the glass is falling out of it somewhere. I don't see where it's falling out, but it's getting harder and harder to rub my fingers on it. But
okay.
Anyway, so now
real quick. So also Julius Randle going to the Knicks. So what? See, that's good. Shit. I mean, I don't know, man. This shit's crazy.
Dude, you know what it is about the New York fan? The New York fan is just like you said earlier. These motherfuckers want Kareem, they want Magic, they want Kobe, they want Shaq, they want all these niggas on the floor, and then they want a bunch of motherfuckers, you know, like they want to win so bad.
They don't deserve it yet, though. I'm gonna keep saying they don't deserve it. That's my new attitude with them.
They don't deserve it.
I like.
This shit rolls up here. This is the first time shit rolls up here.
Yo, I love.
It don't start with the team. It don't start with the coach. It starts with your fucking office, man.
Right.
The front office.
Right.
That's why you guys can't attract no players there because you don't want to give nobody no fucking money. And why you don't give nobody no money? I don't know. I don't know why. Because they could have got the Durant and.
Well, I think they're being. I think they're.
Combo. They could have got them both.
No, I know they're being real.
No money.
They're being real careful because of what they did before. You know. I don't think that's terrible in that sense.
Nobody pick up Carmelo Anthony and Starberry and all them other crazy motherfuckers y'all put over there. Nobody told y'all to do that. And then you want to give these motherfuckers these max contracts, and they ain't worth shit. Once that motherfucker play for a season, and then see, okay, now I get this motherfucker all this money. You know?
Right.
I don't get that shit. I don't get it. Like the Durant sweepstakes, I don't even know how he was even included in the sweepstakes when this motherfucker can't even play.
Well, because they know the jersey sales, homie.
That's it. That's it. That's all it is.
Oh, real quick, we got to give a shout out to Darren Collison. Happy retirement. He announced his retirement from the NBA. Congratulations, man.
Oh, congratulations, Collison. Congratulations, man. You was a great player.
Yeah. He's a retired Pacer. Number 31.
He retired from the Pacers?
Yep.
He lived and died a Pacer, right?
I think so. So he's 30. Wow, he's a young guy still. He's 31. He said, fuck it.
Yeah, because he probably wouldn't get no playing time.
No, get out before you break down.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. He wasn't getting those big contracts no more.
Right.
Stop out of here. He got probably 2 or 3 businesses he's running anyway, so he's like, shit, I don't need this bullshit.
Oh, okay. He's going into like helping the less fortunate. He's a Jehovah's Witness, so he's gonna get into all that.
Oh, well, yeah, he's trying to be a fucking saint.
There you go. Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong.
No, that's fantastic, man. He made his money. He's gonna be good. He's going into something that's, all good, positive. It's not about all that.
Well, I don't sure you don't get that much.
See him on the street corner with a sign.
I used to be a basketball player.
Yeah, people not knowing, they're gonna see him and go, "Oh man, he's on hard times." No, he's out helping.
No, you really don't be on hard times. He done helped everybody in their mouth.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, though, because a guy like that, he always got some kind of structure set up where he can't blow all his money, dude. He can't.
No. He's a smart guy, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly.
He left the NBA. That motherfucker's smart.
Yeah. You leaving at 31? Yeah, exactly. You got a plan, dude.
Thank you. He's smart. I give him credit.
Well, you know what?
Everybody that does that, I give him credit. Even though, like I said, he trailed off. He probably wasn't getting those max contracts no more.
I bet
he got what he wanted from the NBA.
But I'm saying he don't get the right now. He's 31 years old.
He made his money.
I bet you that. Hey.
So he could do what he really wanted to do.
But if he was
just to go and help.
But if he was a star and still had a name like a Kobe Bryant or LeBron James, he could still get contracts at 31.
Right.
Okay? But because he's a guy, Collison, big white center, right? He's the center, right?
Hold on.
The white Collison, right?
No, he's black guy.
Okay, you're talking about the guard Collison.
Darren.
Okay. So he's.
Fuck, man. Hold on. I just lost my whole thing. Wow. All right. I don't know what the fuck happened. Sorry, man. I clicked off that page after I started talking. So.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You know it wasn't the white Collison.
No. Darren Collison. Let's see. He was He's 6 foot. He's only 6 foot. He's only 6 foot.
Yeah, he was a Grizzly for a minute. He went around the league a little bit. I think he stayed with the.
Yeah, he played with the Hornets first season.
He's been around. Right? I got it. Right here.
So. Yeah, they got it out there in the news. All right. Yeah, so he's he was a guard. He was a guard. Averaged about 12.5 points.
I'm telling you, he wasn't a bad guy. I remember Collison. I remember he looked a little bit like Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit like that.
Right. I'm trying to think. He reminds me of somebody else, but yeah.
Like Drew Holiday. He reminds me of Drew Holiday, Patrick Beverly, that same little dark-skinned brother.
Yeah.
That just like he shouldn't be out there on the floor because he's so little. But he's my fucking height.
Right.
But he's like a little kid out there on the NBA court.
Right. Yeah, good for him. You know what? The other thing is, man, and he may not even be looking at it that way, but in another couple years, he might get an offer for somebody because they're in a spot and they know, you know what I mean? They might give him something still. That happens every now and then.
He's a coach. He can be. It depends on where he wants to go. He may want to come back to basketball and be.
But in a different way, yeah, exactly. Oh, lost the call. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Just had a failure there. Just keep rolling with me, guys. We're gonna have it back up in just a second here. Hold on. This is what it is when you keep it going live and keeping things, fresh and raw as shit. I'm not gonna sit here and edit. Yo. Huh?
Hello?
Hey. Can you hear me?
I guess that was that podcast, huh?
No. I'm rolling, dude. I didn't stop Fuck that. We'll finish up here in a minute, though.
I was just talking my ass off. You weren't even on the fucking phone. The shower, I guess I made some good quality points and shit. I didn't even hear this shit.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, if you need to...
That wasn't saying much, man.
Oh, okay. You're like, I just thought that was my Pulitzer Prize shit, man. Damn.
I'm talking, man, I just gave you my speech for my opening of my fucking movie, nigga. You didn't even get it.
That was Academy Award. Hey, man. I know we're gonna keep peppering this in. I'll keep bringing it up every now and then. But congrats, Kim the Pimp just hit over 160,000. Make some noise to take from the Drink Champs a little bit. Shout out to Drink Champs.
I love it,
dude.
I love it, man. I love it. It got so wow.
I haven't done anything either. I'm just leaving it.
You're not doing shit. People just, I don't know what it is.
We tell people about it, right?
We tell people about it,
yeah.
The kids tell people about it, right?
See, they open too.
Well, it gets highly suggested because of the, how long it's been. It's a Jerry Springer video, so it gets, anybody watch Jerry Springer, they're going to watch that shit, basically.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because of the Springer video.
Yeah, well, I can see on the thing, it tells me that. It says it's like 80, it's pretty high up there, a good 80% it's suggested. There's people that search for it. There's, all that shit. Yep.
Wow.
But yeah, I watch it, when I'll watch it again every time here and there, and I'll be cracking up because I just watch the whole acting going on. It's just, I'm like, this shit's awesome, dude. But you did a good, I watch it like, man, you did a good job, though, man.
I think I did terrible.
I know, but you did pretty good, though, man. Like, for a regular audience that's just watching this shit, it's like, yeah, they're going to believe this shit. Of course they're going to believe it. They don't know you, you know what I mean?
It was fun, man.
Yeah.
It's really fun to relive it.
Yeah.
It's really wasn't that much going on. When I tell the story, I can always, just over elaborate on stupid parts, but really wasn't much going on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into one of those, like, when we get together, we'll do a whole, I want to really do a breakdown where we'll watch it together and you could, like, talk about it a bit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to re-edit it with, do a whole thing, so.
With my little commentary, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I still gotta get the t-shirts, man. Gotta get the t-shirts.
Yep.
Gotta get the t-shirts, man. But I gotta get the KANU shit first.
Go to ilovekanu.com/shop, everybody, if you want to go check out and get some merch. I'm have more to come.
Yeah, we gotta start getting that going because
dude, that Look Deep shirt is soft, man. That shit's nice, dude. I have to say.
It, man. I was like, it looks sharp. Tracy had a good idea with the one eye blinking.
Uh-huh.
No, that's fine like it is.
Renee, check this out, though, Tracy.
With the one eye. You put one eye like in the background, one eye in the foreground a little bit, but when she said the one eye down, like a blink, I said, oh, that's like somebody really like looking to do something. Like the keyhole and shit.
Yeah.
Like that. So I want that like the Look Deep to look like that with eye.
I'd have to get that modified. I'd have to get the modified. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy.
Looking at you like,
it's
look
easy.
deep, nigga, so.
But Renee wants to do. She's gonna get it. It's gonna go. She's gonna get like a sweatpant where it's gonna go down the side of the leg.
Yeah, see, Tracy look good with something like that too. Yeah, going down the leg.
So we're gonna have that up.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man, you gotta get your shit for sure.
Yeah, man, when I come down there, it probably won't be it'll be a minute, but I definitely gotta get it. I got it. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's $160, yeah. For 3 items, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, well, that's 2 sets for 160. It's gonna be
oh, that's not bad.
Or it's gonna be like 130 for 2 sets. Yeah.
See, that's not bad. I can still do that.
Yeah, for 2 sets. Yep.
I gotta make sure to get her size to fit her.
Yeah, I got the bigger hoodie and stuff. It's still kind of like they're still
the same size.
They're still there. I could tell their stuff's kind of got the slim fit, but you'll be fine. You guys, the sizes, whatever you normally probably pick, you'll be pretty much good. If you want to get a little extra big, just to be sure, you know.
What size is your hoodie? What size you?
Mine's a XX, you know, but it's not real loose like, but it's cool. I mean, I'm not worried about it. It'll be fine, you know. So
yeah. I'll probably get a what's the name?
But an X large on you probably just fine.
I want that because my arms are long. That's it. I don't really worry about
the hoodie part is real nice. The hoodie part's nice and big. It's like, yeah, it's nice, dude. It's real nice.
That Grim Reaper style where it covers your whole head and shit.
Oh yeah. You wanna go to sleep? It's like perfect for sleeping, like sleeping on a plane type shit. Yep, nice.
Yeah, Grim Reaper style. I like it like that.
Real well made. You know, it's American Apparel, so it's they're good. They're nice. Like you're getting your money's worth for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely, you know, it'll definitely last. But I know I want to get like several sets of this shit because I want to have all this shit personally as much as I can, so I could, you know, take pictures and have people see it. So, gotta get this shit more out. You know, get this shit out here, man. It's KANU.
Man, gotta wear that shit.
You guys gotta get it, man. Go ahead and order. Go for it.
We gotta start wearing it and then making more videos with us in it. You know,
of course. Yeah, of course. I gotta advertise all that. I haven't even done any real promoting when it comes to that, so it's not even you know, it's nothing to even get like crazy about. But I want to put together about 10 more items and get them shits up. I want to get where we have like probably like 50 things to choose from, you know.
That's nice, but yeah, 10 is good.
No, I got already 10. I already have plenty right now, but I want to get.
That's fine for now, but yeah, if you want to get the 50.
Yeah, I want to really get some nice options. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What the fuck? Yeah, I gotta check that out. So, anyways, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap this up, man. I think we covered everything.
Something else big happens, which I don't think that's big gonna happen for a while.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the Kawhi deal at the end of the day? What do you think that's going to, or
what's that?
For Kawhi, what's your prediction?
Like I said, okay, my prediction for Kawhi, first we'll say where he might go, where he probably go, and where he should go. Okay, where he might go, and I think this would be a terrible idea. He might fuck up and end up with the Lakers. Okay, that'd be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
What he should do is stay with Toronto. He should stay there. But where he's probably going to end up going to the Clippers. So, you know, it's like this. With him, you never know because the motherfucker's got a poker face that's ridiculous.
That's a great breakdown. I won't even add to it because that's a good breakdown.
So, I think, like I said, he might do the Laker thing because they're gonna romance the stone with his ass. They're gonna really break out the red carpet for him.
Oh yeah.
And, the Clippers will too.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing. They both got money. It won't be a problem. You know. Toronto.
But Ballmer, I'm like, what's the Clippers space because he's got big money, dude. So I'm like.
I'm just saying, it's all about romancing the stone.
If I'm Ballmer, I'm coming with two big ass guns out. Like fuck y'all, you know.
And the thing is, it don't come hardcore. They don't like that.
Yeah.
They don't like all that. You rolling out a big ass red carpet with the horns and shit. No.
I'm talking about I would roll out the money as far as the money I would present.
Give them a nice dinner. Let them have some space. Or whatever. Don't have him in a lot of space. You know, let him have his own space. You know, just come in real smooth. I think you can attract him like that. You know.
Yeah, I wonder though if they already had.
I would just stay in Toronto if I was him. I would do one more year in Toronto. If we don't do shit this next year, I'm out. But see, he's an unrestricted free agent right now, so you can do what the fuck you want to do without no problems. If he stayed with Toronto and try to leave, it'll be a big fucking problem. So it's really up to him. I think what he's gonna probably end up doing is going to the Clippers. Cause they're gonna be the ones that's gonna probably give him the best package.
All right, man. Well, I love it. I love the breakdown. I can't even fucking add much to that.
Damn, I got set up late. heard you smoking, nigga.
No, man, that's pretty much what I would say. Like, I wouldn't even probably cover it like just the same, but you did it, man. It's your shit, man. So, all right, man. Well, we're almost there. We'll see what happens. We got.
Yeah, man. We got what? What's the deadline for this shit? What? Another day? 2 days? Whatever.
Yeah, let me look up. Fuck, I hate NBA trade deadline. I think it's gonna be before the 4th. I think it's usually the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on.
Yeah, I know it's not long. It's like 6 days or some shit.
Okay, February. Huh.
That's the trade deadline. What's the free agency deadline?
Free agency deadline.
Because they got a long time to make trades and shit. But I think that's July, June. Yeah, they got a long time to make the trades.
June 30th, 6 p.m., the beginning, until noon on July 6th.
Okay.
So we got a little while then.
So seven complete days.
We got till Saturday, guys. So next week we'll have everything in place, at least going forward to the start of the season. And, we'll get into, we'll figure out some other sports to play. I'll conjure up some other shit to talk about a bit, because...
Well, we got boxing. We still got Pacquiao versus Thurman coming up. So
yeah, we'll get right back into some serious fighting talk. We'll get into that, man.
Yeah, but we also got Pacquiao and Thurman. That's coming up on the 20th of July. So everybody tune in for that fight, man. Go Pacquiao. I'm Team Pacquiao.
Team Pacquiao. Same here, man. No fucking arguments there. Always.
Yeah, so I want Pacquiao to beat the shit out of this young buck, man. I used to be for the young buck, but now I'm for the old guy. Now I'm really like, okay, Pacquiao. A lot of times I want guys to retire.
Yeah. No, I know.
You can retire, but I want you to beat the shit out of this boy.
Right.
I want you to beat the shit out of him.
Get your warrior. You get that warrior coming out, man. Go, Mike. Bring,
No, go Pacquiao.
Go.
When you fought Margarito.
Go. Do that. Get some Mike.
That's the Pacquiao I want.
Get some Mike Tyson shit. That devastation where it's like, 5 shots to the body, 3 shots to the head. Boom, you're out, motherfucker. Just.
Man, I want when you get a chance, watch when Pacquiao destroys. I'm talking about he made the motherfucker quit on the stool.
Yeah.
Watch that fight. Then you'll be like, you start feeling sorry for De La Hoya. I'm telling you, midway through the fight, you're going like, oh man, just stop the fight.
Right.
Please stop the fight. Please stop it.
Right.
He gets, but I want him to, because this Thurman is saying he's going to do Pacquiao like the way Pacquiao did De La Hoya. And you see Pacquiao's face almost goes like, damn, dude, that was a bad beating I put on him.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking a lot of shit to be so light in the ass, man. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see. I'm really July 20th. I know I was off of boxing, fuck boxing type of shit, but
that's always gonna happen, man.
Like I said, what got me back into boxing was Ruiz and Joshua. That was a great fucking fight. That was like days of old, dude, where a guy looked like he shouldn't even be in the fucking ring, beats a guy up that looks like he is the ring. So that awesome, great. So yeah, July 20th, you guys keep your ears open for that one. That's gonna be a good one.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. So have a good one. We're gonna be, putting it on. We got a lot of shit this summer. It's gonna be fucking hype.
We're gonna try to get some shit out there for you guys, man. Some actual viewer content.
Oh yeah. We got some. We definitely have some video, podcast to be doing coming up. All that shit. So just be on the lookout.
That shit on there, man. Because that's the wave of the future, man. Doing our shit, where they can see it.
Oh yeah, well every all the good ones, all the big ones, that's what you really want to do. You want to have both. You have your video content, you have the audio.
Do one like everybody doing with the food. We should do that shit with edibles. We should do that.
Oh yeah, we could do one. I ain't doing multiple. I'm doing.
It's not gonna work. Okay, well we gonna do.
No, we could do a version of that. No. Go ahead.
We gonna do it. Okay, like I said, we gonna do what do you call it? A mukbang.
Yeah.
Mukbang. That's what it's called. Monk.
No, MUK. Mukbang. Yeah.
Muck. Oh,
just muck.
I'ma muck you up. Okay, like fuck, but muck. Okay?
Right.
A mukbang. We gonna do that bunch of them.
No. We'll do it. I would suggest that we could do like regular food and some edibles, so that way we can make sure we have we could do enough time, so we're not like. I mean, I don't know how that because some edibles kick in right away, some don't.
Edible, you only eat one. And you sit
Well, what we'll have to do, let's do it this way, Kim. All right.
It's going to be a joke thing, actually, what we're doing. I'm talking about doing it. It's going to be really a joke. We're not going to make this real. You see what I'm saying? We're going to show us eating them, and then
now you're going to sit there and just give it all away like that, man? You're just going to give it all away like that, man? You're just going to give it away like that, really?
I'm sorry.
So... No, I got an idea about this. Hold on, man. I wanted to put another thing on it. So we'll do the edibles. We'll for real do some edibles. We'll pick certain ones, whatever. And then we'll just make sure that there's no smoking for that period, so we could just really just do the straight edible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have to do a time lapse, too. There has to be a lot of time lapse.
And the whole thing is as long as we can stay not too fucked up, and we can just continue to talk as much as we can. If we could do a good hour or 2 hours, that's great, dude.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, don't do that. I got you. Okay. So we have to do it we have to already have ingested some.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying?
We just start doing levels. Like we start off with so much.
Okay, I got you.
And you just go. We're gonna eat. We'll eat regular. We'll eat some regular food along the way. That way it can kind of absorb, But we'll just progressively.
Yeah. So you don't get too. But Tracy's idea is even better.
Go ahead.
We'll start having a conversation. And just start eating edibles. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll. It'll be
you could just do it like that. You could just do it straight up like that. Yep.
We'll do it like that, and then what we'll do is we'll just chop it down to the best parts. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? This is the other thing now. Check this out. The new thing now too is the podcast like Joe Rogan. I think that somebody might have created this, or they ended up doing it too. But somebody started creating a clips channel, or they created it themselves. So. They take clips from the show, and they have a whole YouTube channel of just that. So, effectively, like with KANU, we could do the same thing where I could take, pieces of the show and do that, So, basically, like, I got or I could hopefully pay somebody to do some of this for me so I don't have to do all of it, But if I could...
Well, like I said, we'll see. What we'll do is, I guess we'll have to do it like the 4th of July. That'll be our main... flight, because we'll do it.
If we do it. Yeah. Hey, let's. All right. Let me stop this podcast. We'll talk about this because I don't want to keep talking about that.
Because I don't want anybody to hear what we're talking about.
All right. Peace.